Now I can put the multitude ran afoot there out of all cities. They followed him. So first they ran out of the cities and then followed him. And ran afoot there out of the cities. On foot. Okay, so I can put and followed him on foot. Or ran afoot and followed him. Well, followed on foot, they could have just walked. But ran afoot and followed. And outwent them. That's more descriptive, so I'll include that. Luke just says followed him. John, great multitude followed him. Ran afoot, followed, and outwent. Only Mark has and outwent them. Out of the cities is Matthew and Mark. Okay, they went out of the cities, they ran afoot and outwent them and followed him. But the act of following, I have to have that. But it's so much more descriptive to say they ran afoot and outwent them. Followed him on foot. Okay, I could say, and they followed and ran afoot. Or ran on foot. Afoot or on foot? They followed him and ran afoot. Out of the cities. Out of all cities. I think I'm going to put they followed him first. Or I could just put they followed instead of they followed and ran afoot. Yeah, that's what I'm going to put. They, or no, not just they. John is more descriptive. A great multitude followed. Now John, a great multitude followed. Matthew followed. Mark is not followed. Luke followed. I need to use gray because it's from 3 Gospels, but Mark is not there. So I'm going to use gray with black text, followed. After they followed, I need to say, and ran afoot, or ran on foot. So this is only Mark. Only Mark. And ran. So should I say afoot or on foot? I think I'm going to say on foot. No, I'll go with on foot. That's Matthew. Keep it modern. There's no reason to put the old way of saying it. Out of the cities. Mark, there, out of the cities. So there. Only Mark has outwent, so that makes sense that it would say they ran on foot there, to the place that they were going. Yeah, I'll put there. there from Mark only. Now from Matthew and Mark, out of the cities, out of all cities. Okay, it's not all cities in all of Israel. The description could be all cities in Galilee, because that's where they're at. So I'll put all, out of, instead of the cities, all cities. I'll put all the cities, out of all the cities. So it'll be all the words from both. Out of from both. Out of. Now Mark only, all. Now Matthew only, the. Both again, cities. That's the end in Matthew. But Mark continues, and outwent them. That's only Mark. And outwent them, and came together to him. Luke has, and he received them, but they have to come together first before he receives them. John followed him, because they saw his miracles which he did on them that were diseased. You know what? I think I should put that just after followed, and before and ran on foot. Or I could put it after all these statements in Mark, and came together to him. So they outwent them and came together to him, because they saw his miracles which he did on them that were diseased. No. After it's first mentioned that the great multitude are going to follow, it should be mentioned also why. Not that they decided to follow and ran on foot, where they're all from, and the fact that they beat them there, and that they gathered to him before it's mentioned why they're doing all that. The reason why should come early, so I'll put it after a great multitude followed. Because they saw, oh wait a minute, there's a they. I skipped the they in Luke. There's a they knew it, so I could use that. Mark. No. Matthew. They followed him. Yeah, so this they is Matthew and Luke and John, which is again the light gray but black lettering. Saw his miracles which he did on them that were diseased, and ran on foot out of all the cities, and outwent them. So that's the end in John. Next it says Jesus went onto a mountain. Luke, and he received them. So before that, I have to say came together to him from Mark. And Matthew just says he went forth and saw a great multitude. But that's got to be mixed with John. He went up to a mountain, and when Jesus lifted his eyes, he saw a great company. So that's it from Matthew. Just Mark and Luke are left. Luke being, and he received them, and Mark being, and came together to him. So they have to come together before Jesus receives them. So Mark comes next. And came together to him. Now I'm going to save that period for after the last statement from Luke, because I want this to be that one ending sentence. And he received them. And when the people saw them departing, and many had heard thereof, and knew him, a great multitude followed, because they saw his miracles which he did on them that were diseased, and ran on foot there out of all the cities, and outwent them, and came together to him, and he received